Viven en un country. Andan en BMW para arriba. Los fines de semana se cogen a las mejores minas. Morfan bien todos los días. El día anterior al partido durmieron tranquilamente en un hotel 5 estrellas y se rascaron la verga durante 24 horas sin hacer nada, jugando al ping-pong y al pool y a la play. Juegan al fútbol todos los días de su vida. Los botines, $6.000, $5.000, no sé cuánto salen, ponele 3.000 mangos, 4.000 mangos, están vendados por un kinesiólogo. Están bien comidos, están bien entrenados. Las medias, que son las que no te cortan la circulación, los pantaloncitos, que son los de los huevos, que no te raspan los huevos, la camiseta te estira la espalda, es la que no transpira, que sale 800 pesos, no sé cuánto sale una camiseta para jugar al fútbol. La pelota es perfecta, perfecta, 120 euros, inflada con un barómetro a 8 bares, la cancha no tiene un solo pozo, el arco tiene 7,20 metros por 2,40. Te aplauden cuando salís a la cancha. La concha de tu madre, no sabés parar una pelota. Le vas a pagar al arco y la tirás a la mierda. Le vas a hacer un pase a tu compañero que está a 1 metro. Y así se la pasas mal. Hijo de puta, eso me puede pasar a mí con esta panza.
La pelota perfecta. 120 euros for that ball. Yeah. To be kicked by a player that's not even worth that. I can go through so many players right now. But big up the whole chat, man. Big up, of course, my the two legends in the building, Shane and BBK. Shane, should we get straight into it? Because I'm hearing for the 5,000th time that we have agreed terms with GYOKERES. What's this bullshit that we woke up to today, Shane?
I still don't believe anything about the GYOKERES deal. I think the only way it'll happen, I think Bertha will have made inquiries, maybe made inquiries, but it's only if the Sesko deal falls through. Where last summer we didn't have Bertha, and the Sesko deal fell through, and Arteta just went, well, I don't want anyone then, because that's clearly what happened. Sesko said he wanted to stay. Arteta, like a spoiled child, went, oh well, okay, well then I just get me Calafiori and Marino. He's the only striker I want. He doesn't want the GYOKERES thing. Of course, we all want GYOKERES, right? And this is what I've said before about our side of the fence, if you want to call it, or the bottom gooners, if you want to call it. Since day dot, we've said, get us GYOKERES. He's the best out there that's available. Get us GYOKERES. Where the top gooners will go, they'll check the news like this morning, see that it's closer to GYOKERES, and say, screw Sesko, I want GYOKERES. If the pendulum swings back and the press are saying it's looking more like Sesko, they'll start finding ways to say Sesko's the better option. Where we just say GYOKERES, right? If we get Sesko, we'll all back him. Of course we will. We're Arsenal fans. We'll pray that he succeeds. But the thing with the GYOKERES thing is, number one, we're getting a better player. Number two, we're getting a player that Arteta won't know how to use. So he'll be found out with that. His tactics will be found out. When GYOKERES' numbers drop off a cliff, the top gooners will say, it's a Bertha signing. We knew he'd only done it in Portugal. He played in the Championship. He's not really a Prem player. We should have got Sesko. But we'll be thinking, right, if his numbers fall off a cliff and Arteta gets sacked, wait and see what happens to his numbers with a new manager. Wait till the manager comes in that knows how to use him, because he is used to being at Sporting, where every decision that a player makes, other player in the team is told, when he makes this run, you play it this way. When he makes that run, you play it that way. If he makes a run to the back post, you whip it in. If he makes a run to the near post, play it on the ground. I'm not saying they're the exact balls they play, but I'm just using them as examples. Where he'll come in and Arteta will go, now you make this run, and now you make that run. And you do what I tell you to do. And he'll go, well, that doesn't suit my game. I don't care. You stick into my tactics and that's it. Arteta is dreading us getting GYOKERES. That is his worst nightmare, is getting a forward that, number one, he has to play. Number two, when his numbers drop off, they start questioning his tactics. He wants Sesko. He can say he's young. He can say, oh, give him time. He can drop him for Havertz. He won't have to move Havertz into midfield, which he will do, by the way. He'll find a way to squeeze him in. Every decision that this manager makes, and if you think that I'm just making up, this is a narcissist, man. Every single decision that this manager makes is about protecting himself. It's about his legacy. It's about keeping him in a job. Mrs. Arteta has got very used to a £15 million a year lifestyle, man. He's gotten very used to a £15 million a year lifestyle. If he's got his next job, he'd be lucky to get $3 million a year. She's got very used to a certain lifestyle, and she ain't going to make her money through selling her books. I'll tell you that much. So this guy will put everything into. He'll be found out, and this is what I'm liking about people are giving out about Berta, and I do think he's moving slowly, but he has to get Arteta the first few signings. I feel.
Okay.
And Eze is not. It's definitely a Berta signing if we get Eze, and Gyökeres is a Berta signing, and that's when the wheels start to come off for this manager. So if we get an Eze and a Gyökeres, and he plays Eze out the left, which he will. We know we play him out the left.
He will.
And he'll shackle him. He'll play him out the left, shackle him. People will shock them and his numbers fall off. And he'll have to play Gyökeres. He'll have to play him. So he'll drop Havertz back into the midfield. They'll probably put off Odegaard's surgery for a round end so he can drop him without having to drop the captain. All the stuff that will go through his head. But the good thing about these Berta signings or so-called Berta signings is when Arteta fails, and he will, next season's going to be an unmitigated disaster, right? When he fails, at least then when a new manager comes in, he's not coming into fucking Sesko and Madueke. He's coming into Gyökeres and Eze. And he's got a real manager go, right, Odegaard, you're out. Eze, you're the number 10. Now, Odegaard, you displace him. Gyökeres, let's build a team around you. So the short story, which I made really, really long, is I will believe the Gyökeres links when I see him in a jersey. The only way we get him is if the Sesko deal falls through, because Sesko's first on the list.
Hey, listen, you could have summed it up any better, but I swear. But the thing is that I've seen Gyökeres. How many times he's been agreed terms, Gyökeres, agreed terms, Sesko, and it's really, to be honest, for me, in my opinion, it doesn't matter if it's Gyökeres, Sesko, or Ronaldo, prime Ronaldo. We're still not going to win anything under this manager, so it really doesn't make any difference.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference that it does make is that I was hoping to get Gyökeres because I know that this manager won't survive this year. I mean, he will survive. He will get sacked at the end of the season. So then we'll have Gyökeres in our team, and then the next manager can hopefully work. You know what I'm saying? Work with Gyökeres and a couple of players that we have that are still good. But BBK, well, I'll come to you. What's your thoughts on this Gyökeres for a millionth time that we've agreed terms with him?
Yeah.
And he says yes to Arsenal. That's what they put out, isn't it?
Yeah, bro, like this morning, even this morning, and big up to Waffle Down. I see him in the chat. That this morning I texted him and I told him, or I put it in this chat of a video that he did this morning. Within the past 2 hours, I have read that we have agreed to terms with Gyökeres, but I've also read Sesko is still our main target, and the club is not really interested in Gyökeres. So I don't even know what to believe at this point. It's just clickbait. It's the cycle of it's Gyökeres, it's Sesko, it's Gyökeres, it's Sesko. And that the message that I get from that is that we really don't know what we want to do as a club when we were told there was a clear plan, a clear path. And I get excited just thinking about it. We're getting goosebumps. It's great. And the thing is that Shane touched on something there that he is going to get found out next year, whether especially if we sign Gyökeres. That's true. But I'm of the opinion that he already got found out. That's why we drew 14 games last year.
Yeah.
You know, it's a slow burn. Like the managers who are tactically astute, like your Graham Potters and the Iriolas, or the teams that beat us last year, because Bournemouth did a double on us. That manager is the tactical master, and he out-tactical Arteta twice. We see Graham Potter come to the Emirates and do it. So I think he's already been found out. But the sticking point for me is he's absolutely dreading signing Gyökeres. I think Shane is spot on because one, he upsets his dressing room because one, he has personality and he scores a lot of goals, and he forces him to either drop Havertz or play him elsewhere, and he will further get exposed because I think he's already found out, but he will further get exposed because if anyone thinks that the Portuguese Liga is just easy to just bang, okay, let me ask you this: do you think Kai Havertz scores 39 goals in Portuguese La Liga?
No,
exactly. And this guy did it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here suggesting that he's going to come to Arsenal and bag 30-something goals, but we don't need that. We need 20, 22 maybe. Even 18 turns half of those draws that we did, 14 of them last year, into wins. So yeah, the Gyökeres thing, it's clear that it won't be, if Arteta has his way, it's going to be Sesko. That's his man. But right now, the fact that Gyökeres has said, I want Arsenal, now terms have apparently been agreed, it puts Arteta in a position where he will have to actually do some coaching, some managing. And
shit.
Yeah.
Shit. You're going to do his work, yeah? Is he going to do his actual job? Oh shit, he's got a coach now. He's got a coach now. That's going to be tough on him. 15.6 million, and you're asking him to coach. Shit.
Imagine that.
Nah, it's mad. You know what it is? It was one of the things that you touched on as well. We was talking about Berta. You know, the talk of Berta, and I really want to see what this Berta is cooking. All right, I want him to at least come out there and do a little interview or something like that. Give us a little. Do you know what I'm saying? Give us a little something to believe in, because the way I see it right now, because we're gonna obviously move into the next in line to talk about. But before we do that, we'll be going through some of this chat. Big up Taki, big up AJ, big up Lenny, big up Frog in a Well. What a name. Big up Boy 10, so close to Gyökeres. We're inside him now. Yeah. Boy 10. Yeah, big up. Madueke, Arsenal solution, really? Yep, he's the solution right now. He's the solution, Madueke. Andrew Bam. Big up everyone. VG looks promising, as does Eze. Shane knows I'm not a top gooner. The transfer news looks good. Is it if we get Victor Gyökeres and Eze, it looks good. But we didn't sort out the creative side of things. Do you know what I'm saying? We did sort out the things that are going forward. We sort out the forwards, but what about the midfielders? This midfield, it doesn't matter who you put up in front of it. They will suffer to create. It will struggle to create. But I get what you're trying to say. I get why you're saying it, because Eze is a baller, good player, and Gyökeres is a killer. So I understand. But we're not getting Gyökeres, by the way.
No,
We're not
I
getting
mean, the
Gyökeres.
transfer window will look good when Gyökeres holds up the shirt. When the monitoring and the set sites and all the links turns into actual signings, that's when I'll say it looks good. It may be promising, but I've seen,
BBK.
bro, Chelsea is playing in the Club World Cup. They were able to sign João Pedro from Brazil, fly him to London, record a video, release the video, and he's back in Brazil now while we're still linked with monitoring, set sites on, and all this other stuff. It's jarring, bro.
I heard we had some problems with our videos when it came to Zubimendi. Somehow something happened in those videos, so you couldn't put out that Zubimendi's joined Arsenal. That's something we'll touch on at the end, because it really doesn't matter. But Gyökeres and Eze, yeah, if that happens, yeah, they will be asking for the link. You know what I mean by that. They will be asking for the link. It will be madness out there. They'll be like, see, we told you so. Watch. As soon as the players bang, oh, that's an Arteta signing. Oh, but then we'll tell him, oh, no, it's a Berta signing. No. If it worked, you would have said it's a Berta signing. You wouldn't say it's an Arteta signing. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what they'll be like. Oh, so it's an Arteta signing. So if it doesn't work, it's an Arteta signing. They will be on their pants ready. Look. Tissues, pants down, and you know what happens next. You get me? And lotion. That's what they're gonna be on. These top goonies. If that happens, they're gonna lose it. But obviously, that's a conversation for another day. I guess that's a battle we have to fight another day. I'm saying Sesko, no flip flop, but it's noteworthy that Gyökeres has gone to war with his missus and pops for this move. Yeah. But he's gone to war not just for Arsenal. He's gone to war just to leave Sporting. And can you blame him? So, Sporting won 10 million more. Every time it takes longer, they want 10 million more. And it's looked like Sporting have nothing to lose, because they can go out there and buy a striker for 10 million and make him turn him into a 50 million striker and move on and move on. But Gyökeres, obviously, I understand why he wants to go to war. I would too, so I understand. Mosquera is signing pace, powerful centre back. Anybody to get Kivior out. Anyone, bro. Anyone. All fingers point back to the manager. Okay, fair enough.
Big up to BX Gunner.
Big up Matthew. Big up everyone. And I don't know Eze to be ruined by Arteta. Big up Matthew Bullman. Big up to you, sub. I hope you sub to all of us, or to one of us, or to me, or I don't know. But yeah, big up. Run me my Madwakey money. No. That's not how it works, yes, sir. That's not how it works. We're just talking. We're monitoring. We haven't really gone in. Do you guys? Okay, you know what? Let's just big up Tex, man. Big up Tex in the chat, man. Big up Tex. Big up to everyone. Static. Big up. Big up Eros. I'm sorry, guys. We want to move on, but big up. Yo, Waffle done. You can't say no Diddy Oil no more. You know, he's out. He's bust case. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey, listen, I didn't say anything, Diddy. I didn't say anything. Diddy's a killer. He took everyone out. But yeah, big up, man. He bust case. You hear about that one?
Yeah, he bust
He
case.
bust case.
He
Yeah.
bust, well, some of them. He bust the serious
Some
charges. Yeah.
serious charges. Yeah. But big up, man. Shane, we're hearing about some strong interest for Madwakey, the winger. That okay. I'm gonna read you some of what they wrote about him.
No, we're gonna blame Shane for this. We're gonna blame Shane for this. He's the one who put this energy in the atmosphere. He's the one who put this out. Hey, you got
called it weeks ago, man. Called it weeks ago.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. They put out there. They put a thing out there. Where is it?
I called it on the Bruised Banana. I think it was a few weeks ago, and I said,
"Yeah,
we'll end up with Madwakey." Everybody laughed, and I said, "But would you be shocked? Would you be shocked if we?"
No, I wouldn't be shocked
with Madwakey, because every player we sign is always a backup.
Yeah,
it's so he cannot displace Saka. I like Saka. I don't know him personally though. If we could get Yamal, I'd go get Yamal, and Saka could fight for his place. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want players that just so it doesn't upset the fans and just so he's not coming in to. You have Moneypenny coming out and going, "I've said it for so long that Madwakey's a top player," and come on, man, stop trying to big up these signings. Stop trying to big up Norgard and Kepa, and you know what I mean? What have we got here?
Hey Shay, from Stamford Bridge to the Emirates, Arsenal target Chelsea star. First of all, he's not a star. Do you know what star? To be a star, you're talking about, I don't know, Enzo Fernandez or Cole Palmer, something like that. That's a star. Do you know what I'm saying? You need to win to be a star or to be consistently in the. But this is, I want to go down to the point where they started talking about him, yeah? Because obviously they know what we think about Madwakey. See, they said targeting Madwakey from Chelsea immediately raises the questions among the fan base. Is he a Chelsea reject? No, that's not among the fan base. That is us, the bottom gooners. That's it. That's us. Why are we going for a player from a rival who themselves have struggled for consistency? The rivalry adds a layer of tension, skepticism, that wouldn't exist if he were coming from, say, Serie A, La Liga. No, we have the same. We'd have the same energy if he came from, I don't know, planet Mars. It doesn't matter where he came from. We know Madwakey. You've seen him before. That's not the problem. That's not the problem that he came from Chelsea. But going through the signings that we did bring from Chelsea, I'm afraid, it does raise some tensions and skepticisms. Do you know what I'm saying? Because all of them were flops. Let's be honest. Most of the signings from Chelsea's were flops. What's your thoughts on this, Shane, about this Madwakey situation? And do you think we will go through with it?
I think we'll get him. Yeah, I do. I think we'll get him. That's an Arteta signing if I've ever seen one. That's someone that can come in. This thing of signing Chelsea rejects. Again, people will think this is out there opinion, but because they keep failing, that's why he keeps doing it. Because he wants to prove that he's right. It's like when he won't drop Odegaard. He'll sub him off every single game because he knows that saves him, that he can still start him and then take him off a half an hour left. He wants to prove that he can make these these projects. Oh, I can save him. I can do this. And Northside made a great point last night. It's like he's trying to live vicariously through how average he was as a player, that he wished someone had given him a shot. You know what I mean? That he could have been this guy. But it's all narcissism with him. He wants to prove that he can do this. And the more people laugh at us and say another Chelsea reject, and let's get it right, he's a Chelsea reject. He couldn't get in the team. Yeah. He couldn't nail down the starting place in the team that we finished ahead of. So why are we signing players that can't get in the team that finished behind us? It makes no sense.
We can fix him, Shane.
Yeah, but this is we can fix them exactly because we have all the time in the world. We have all the time in the world to fix players. What are we doing here? And if we get him on loan, they'll go, "Oh, well, it's just a loan. He's just a stopgap." I don't want stopgaps. We have stopgaps. Our bench is full of them. Our bench is full of stopgaps. We don't need any more. We need people to challenge for a first team place. Liverpool are going to improve next season. City are going to massively improve. Chelsea are improving. Newcastle will improve. Why are we stagnating? We're actually falling behind. Because as much as the top gooners want to say that Norgard and Zubamendi are upgrades on Partey and Jorginho, they're not. They're not. Jorginho's better than Norgard, and Partey's better than Zubamendi. Oh, but he's Prem proven. Is Zubamendi Prem proven? Why is it when it suits them? Oh, the way Arsenal the website they painted the Kepa signing. Oh, he's won things with Spain and he's won things with Madrid. He wasn't in the team for any of those fucking wins, mate. You know what I mean? He was just there. You may as well say the ball boy. The ball boy was there as well, and the physio was there. I don't want the physio.
Even Carson won. How many leagues
Carson won leagues, man? It makes no difference to me. I don't like when they word it that way, but that's what they do. It's sensationalism. This is what they do. Madueke he's a waste of space. There's 100 wingers like him out there. There's 100 wingers out playing for mid-table teams in Holland, Brazil, everywhere. They got a load of tricks. They're good highlight reels, just like Odegaard. They're highlight reel players. Little spin, they slow it down, they put operatic music to it and go, look at this guy, look at what we're getting. Watch him for a full 90. Watch him for a full 90. Why are we even looking at these players? Burton must be looking at the list Arteta gave him going, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? But these are the only players we can afford. And even after him flopping at Chelsea, we'll give him a massive pay rise. We'll give him a massive pay rise. Because that's what we do as well. And why do we give to these players? Oh, that's the board. That's the board. That's what the top gooners say. It's the board doing it. It's not. It's because you guys have lowered our standard into the gutter. So to get players to come here, we have to pay them extortionate wages because they look at us. These top gooners cannot get mad when players like Sesko want a buyout clause. When players like Sesko see us the way they paint us, we should enjoy the journey. Yeah. Second place is great. We're competing by getting to a semis. These are the things that they constantly put out there. All these top gooners that to be on Sky Sports and Semi-Use and all and on TalkSport, they constantly repeat that everything's fine, that this is the best we've ever been. So they kind of get mad when an external player looks at us and goes, okay, so this is the best they can do. They're a journeyman team. Give me loads of money and a buyout clause. They can't get mad when they do that. That's why we have to up the wages. Why are Newcastle able to attract better players on less wage? Yeah. Newcastle have Bruno Guimaraes on 160 grand a week. They have Tonali on 120 grand a week. They have Lewis Hall on 7 grand a week. 7 grand a week. And he didn't come up to their U team. He's not on a U contract. They paid big money for him. And they got him to sign for 7 grand a week. 7 grand a week. An England left back. A top left back. He was a brilliant player last season. They go to Newcastle because they know if smart players go there over us because Eddie Howe will get the best out of me. He will get the best out of me. Yes, they might see him as a stepping stone club, but he will get the best out of them. He got the best out of every single player in that team. That's the best midfield in England. I'd go for the Newcastle midfield. Yeah. If Wirtz works out at Liverpool, that will be better. But at the moment, this is the best midfield in England. And if you combine all 3 of their midfielders, right? If you can combine Joe Linton, Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, if you combine all 3 wages together, all 3 combined are only 120 grand more than what Kai Havertz gets paid. 120 grand more than what Kai Havertz gets paid for all 3 midfielders. 7 grand a week for Lewis Hall. I keep going back to that because he came in and like a normal club, they went, you're only a kid, we'll give you 7 grand. He'll probably go up to about 80 grand this year. Don't get me wrong. He'll probably go up to about 80 grand this year, but he proved his worth. Sorloth at Atletico Madrid is on 40 grand a week. You come in, he'll get a big contract now. You've earned it. That's how all jobs work. But we just go here, we throw the bag at them. They go, well, there's no incentive for me to improve. I'm already on 250 grand a week. What's the point? And it all falls apart. So Madueke will just be another inflated wage that we can't get rid of, just like Havertz, just like Jesus, just like Tomiyasu.
But Shane, I wanted to ask you as well. You know that Madueke deal, this is where I believe like you that it's most likely to happen. But where would he play? Would he not play? Would we just spend 60 million for him? I mean, first of all, how much do you think we would get for a player like Madueke? How much do you think we need to pay? 50, 45, something like that, with ads on, something like that.
I'd say about 50.
Where would he play? Where would he play? I mean, Saka's not, you know what I'm saying? You're not getting Saka's place and you're not getting Odegaard's place. They're untouchable. what would his role be in that team? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
For MADUEKE, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't. I
He'll be
think he'll be alone. I think he'll be alone, Taryn. What do you reckon? Do you think he'll be alone?
No, I think.
BBK, your
No,
thoughts, man.
I think Arteta wants him. It's one of these. He has this insatiable appetite to fix players, fix broken players. You know what Chelsea are doing? You know how we, after the first failed title charge, how we outgrew Zinchenko and outgrew Jesus. Chelsea have realized that they've outgrown Madueke, they've outgrown Nkunku, they have outgrown Jackson, and they're offloading them. We've outgrown Jesus and Zinchenko for 2 seasons now, and they're still here in our books. Jesus in our books making $250,000 a week. So Chelsea is actually doing something right. Chelsea is probably went out and bought João Pedro and the lab because they've already made a decision on Jackson and the other striker that they have, the young kid, Gui. They've made a decision. No, we're moving forward. We have outgrown them, and let's offload our trash to Arsenal because they've always been the biggest sucker in the transfer market. So they've outgrown their players and they're moving on and they're just passing it on to us. It's like hand-me-downs. They're hand-me-down players. And Arteta has this thing, except for Odegaard, who occupies this place on the right side. He has this thing for versatile players who can play multiple positions. And I think he sees Madueke. He can cover for Saka or he can play left wing. And I think that's why he would even go for it.
You think he'll play Madueke left wing, BBK?
Yeah. I think he would in games where we'll have more of the ball when he doesn't need Martinelli's defensive work. Yeah, I can see him playing him there. But Chelsea have outgrown these players, and if we go to Chelsea right now with 120 million pounds and offer 120 million to Cole Palmer, Chelsea will tell us to go fuck ourselves. If we go offer 120 for Caicedo, they'll tell us no, go ahead, move on. No, because they value those players. They don't value Madueke. They don't value Nkunku. They don't value Nico Jackson. That's why they're moving them on. Chelsea had 2 strikers on their books, and they have signed 2 strikers this window. And we're the ones who are dying desperately for a striker. And they've already signed 2, and they're playing in the Club World Cup. We're not. Make it make sense. It doesn't. That's why we're doing it. With Arsenal, we just do things backwards. Ass backwards.
Talk about backwards. What they're saying right now, this backwards cunt that wrote this, I don't know what his name is, but he's a backwards cunt straight away. I can read from here. Anyway, he's trying to make out that if he didn't come, Madueke didn't come from Chelsea, it would have been the same. Whatever, man. Practically often outweighs in rivalry. When it comes to recruitment, if a player is identified as having the right profile, buzzword,
the P word,
potential, and availability at a price deemed acceptable, be acceptable. 50 million. That's acceptable. Do you know who wrote this? Someone from AFTV. I don't know who he is, but that's the guy who wrote this. They think it's acceptable to pay 50 million for Madueke. And then when we ask for a motherfucking midfielder that can go out there and do the business, how are we going to pay for him? Oh, we need the money for Sesko. You don't need the money for Sesko. You're going to buy Madueke. You don't need the money from Sesko. It's all bullshit. You lied to us. You lied to us, yeah? That no God bullshit saving money for Sesko, that's all bullshit. We're going to buy Madueke and Eze. You don't need the money. And GYOKERES. You don't need it.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
This is the summit on the screen that Yasser have on the screen. That's what we're doing, but we're funding the João Pedro transfer. This is an anticipatory buy because they know they got incoming money from Arsenal.
Come on. Tell me this isn't Illuminati shit. Come on, man. Tell me it's not. Okay, I'm into conspiracies. I'm guilty. But this must be some Illuminati shit with Arsenal and Chelsea. This must be something like maybe the owners know each other. Maybe obviously they know each other. That was stupid. Yeah. But maybe they're a bit more than friends.
Yeah.
How about that? I mean, ever thought of that? Maybe they're a bit more than friends. We basically got them out of the mess. Didn't Chelsea have a mess situation like 3 years ago, something like that?
Yeah,
we got them out of that mess.
Yeah.
I think what is it, 300 million? I think the amount of money that we gave Chelsea is crazy. It's about 300 million if we go through all the players and
Yeah, it was us and Man United. We gave him 100 million for Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. I don't know which one was the worst buy. Us paying 65 for Havertz or them paying 50 something for Mount. But Chelsea just been out here fleecing people. And we're dumb enough to buy. You know, if there was no demand for their shit players, they wouldn't sell them. So here we are. You know, make a whole new shit sandwich for the 25-26 season, and it hasn't even started yet.
And this is how they sell it. This is how they sell it. Look at this. Look at this. This is all for MADUEKE. Why the fuck do you need 5 pages?
When that story just broke, the headline was Arsenal are linked with in-demand Chelsea winger. I'm like, in demand? For who the hell is in demand for MADUEKE? And if he's in demand, why is he available? How come Chelsea is not demanding his services when he's on their books? English international, all this stuff, and they can't wait to get rid of him. Kai Havertz won the Champions League for Chelsea. They couldn't wait to get rid of him. Like, when has this ever worked out for us? Ever.
Oh, he's a different profile. He doesn't suit Chelsea's system. That's what they'll tell you. That's what they'll tell you.
The other one they love is Madrid target. If we're going after someone, we're going after Madrid target. We're going after Madrid target, Zubamendi. Listen, if he's a Madrid target, he's going to end up there. There's no player in the world that is going, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to Arsenal. Madrid are in for you. Nah, screw them. You know what I mean? I'm going to go to Arsenal. There's no player in the world that's doing that. No player in the world is saying, you know, I'm going to pick it. This Zubamendi thing, that's only dragged out for so long because he's praying that they bid for him. If they bid for him, he's gone. He's gone. The second they bid for him, he's gone. That's why I thought my thinking was Madrid have told him to wait until the end of the Club World Cup. If they win it and get 50, 60 million or whatever they get, then we'll get you. That was my thinking. I thought he was doing that. But we always end up with players. And of course, then you have Igal saying that he'll be on 100 grand a week. There's no universe that exists where Zubamendi comes in on 100 grand a week. He's going to be on what Partey was on minimum. He'll be on what Partey was on. There's no way. There's no way. So the wage bill is going to go through the roof again. We're getting rid of players. Oh, why Partey's legs have gone. Partey's legs have gone. Yeah. A month and a half ago, they were saying that we only lost the first leg to PSG because Partey was suspended. The same people have turned on him. It's disgusting the way they've turned on him, actually. They're just tossing him aside. Yeah. Oh, he's this, off-field this. You know, his legs have gone. All the mistakes he made last year. I saw a gal on Deluded saying people forget the amount of mistakes Partey made last season. Wow. So I went back and I looked at his PSG combined 11 from a month and a half before. The combined 11, he had Partey in the midfield. And a lot of people would say that the PSG midfield is probably the only one in Europe that's better than the Newcastle one. Right? So they have the best midfield and he's putting Partey in that. He's kicking players out and saying, I'll put Partey in. And then a month and a half later, he's gone. How have his legs gone in a month and a half? It makes no sense to me.
I give us still match week 5 for those same people going to be crying out. We could use it, Thomas Partey. Match week 5. They won't get beyond that before we're screaming and saying, damn, if only we had Partey. And that's either going to be because Zubamendi hasn't hit the ground running like everyone expects him to, or he'll pick up a knock. Because the Premier League is very physical. He's used to that techie ball in Spain where everyone's good on the ball and it's pass. You know, whenever Seamus Coleman clatters into him and runs him over and he picks up a knock, we're going to be begging. We're going to see that Odegaard is not it because, you know, we got Man City in our first 5 games, you know. So
but do you know what they'll say, if he does bang, Zubamendi, Arteta's such a genius. He saw Zubamendi and took him, blah, blah, blah. If he doesn't, he needs time to get into the Premier League, kind of like he's just learning. He just started. Do you know what I'm saying? Give him time. Give him time. He'll get there. That's what they'll tell you. 100%. That's what they'll tell you. But obviously there'll be excuses here and there that haven't already happened. But
they'll have them lined up, Rashid. You know the Bible. You know the Bible. They have them lined up.
They got them lined up. Yep. Like the January one was, he wasn't backed. Is he not backed now? You're going to spend 50 million on MADUEKE.
Yeah.
Is he not backed now?
But the thing with the January one that got to me, Rashid, was that people don't seem to compute that he wanted Sesko in the summer. And when Sesko said, I want another year, he said, I'll wait for him. So the board aren't going to sign him as striker in January if he's waiting on Sesko come summer. Why would they do that? Why would they sign him as striker and then sign Sesko as well? You can be sure that he said, no, I'll wait. So he risked our whole season on his arrogance. You know, you move on from a target. That's what you do. He doesn't want to come yet. Move on. Football is everlasting. You know what I mean? As Pink says, it's everlasting. You move on. And the thing with Zubamendi is I feel for the guy, because I said this on a few streams now, but I'll repeat it. When you sign a player like that, right, that's going to come in, especially that position, right in the 6, when you get pressured, when you know, it's so important. If you lose the ball, it's devastating. You know what I mean? If you give the ball away, it's devastating. The only way you sign someone like that is if you keep Thomas Partey and you sign Zubamendi and you put him on the bench at the start of the season and you say, watch him. You watch him, because this is different. When Raya rolls the ball out to him, notice that he doesn't have time on the ball. They close in on him. It's different over here. He got bullied against Man United, against a Casemiro whose legs are gone, because it was a high press and he didn't know how to handle it. So you edge him in. He's going to get thrown right into the fire against a team that bullied him already last season at Old Trafford. Yeah, and the second Raya rolls the first ball out to him, you watch them. Yeah. They are going to close in on him. The first time he gets the ball, every manager will be saying, when we play Arsenal, the second Raya's going to get the ball, Zubamendi's going to come short. He's going to come short about 18 yards, about 5 yards outside the 18 line, and Raya's just going to roll the ball out to him. And in Spain, he's allowed to turn and have a look, because they back off. They are going to tell all their players, you swamp him. The second he gets the ball, you swamp him. So in the first few games, remember, we were away to Liverpool on the third game. The high press masters. The high press masters. And he is going to make several mistakes that will lead to either big chances or God forbid, goals. And the pressure is going to mount on him, and it's not fair on him.
Liverpool spent 200 million. What are we going to do? We can't go against Liverpool. They spent 200 million. There's always going to be an excuse with these, man. Always going to be an excuse. But we got to go through some of these comments.
How much did they spend last year?
How much did they spend last year? Oh, well, they had players they inherited from Klopp.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. The
team that was washed, apparently.
Yeah. The team that was not good enough to win anything, all of a sudden became the team they inherited top players, world-class players, and they had no injuries as well. But yeah, Waffle done saying too many lies that don't know shit. Facts. I think it's too many lies that talk a lot of shit. More like it. But yeah. Kenny Fan TV's Tesco price also been dropped as well. Yeah, we like to spend. We like to spend our money. He's getting the sack. No. End of the season. They're assembled. Big up to you, my friend. Boy 10, Arteta has indeed already been found out. Oh, that's been. Big up, Kenny, man. Big up, man. This Neil Mopey's got to stop. I can't lie. Big up, Matthew. Arteta should be considered as a government health warning. Facts. Facts, man. Facts. Big up AJ in the chat. Big up, man. Big up Shane. Chelsea have managed to wrap up 2 strikers by today. Okay, not world class, but strikers all the same.
Yeah.
Shane, what you want to...
When I called it when they signed the lap, I said they'll sign another striker, and I think they still might sign another one. I still think they could be in for a GYOKERES, and they'll use João Pedro at one of the wings. That's how they move, man. That's how they move. Newcastle went in for João Pedro. Chelsea have been monitoring for about a month, apparently, getting ready for a bid. Newcastle put a bid to go up. We better act. Done. As Taryn said, done. Video done. Over. Travel's over. Done. Because someone else came in. That's what's going to happen with us. Someone else is going to say, oh, fuck it, I'll take Sesko. So, and we'll have a big panic on our hands. I do think we'll get a striker. I really, really do. But just like the MADUEKE thing, would you be surprised to see a press conference at the start of the season and a reporter will ask Arteta, are you going to go into the season without a number 9? And they go, guys, we have 3. We have Marino, we have Havertz, and we have Jesus.
I love my players so much. We're
a family guys. I love what we have here already, guys.
I trust my players so much. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy with this, man. It's crazy. But the happy news is that this guy is digging himself a hole that is getting deeper and deeper and deeper. Yeah. Ravi, big up, lads. Thoughts on Timber calling out Arteta for playing him through injury? Big up Timber. Let's just hope that he doesn't get, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, mad. The assembled defenders like Pepe and attackers like Ronaldo came from Portuguese league. Facts. Yeah. No. You see, this Farmers League, it only works with players that they don't want. Yeah. See, when Moreno came, Moreno, is it La Liga Farmers League? How many times did we tell you about a player from La Liga, Serie A, wherever? They're all Farmers League. They're all Farmers Leagues. Well, yeah, there you go. You know what, Luis Enrique, I wish I had the video. But Luis Enrique said it best. Farmers League. How do you win it? Farmers League, innit? We're Farmers League. How did we win it? You tell us.
What annoys me, what really annoys me about that, right? They'd say the Brazilian league's a farmers league, but every Brazilian has nearly to a man has come from that league. Every Portuguese player, every Portuguese legend has come from that league. So you're talking about Figo and Rui Costa and fucking the Dutch league. The Dutch league. Bergkamp came from the Dutch league. What are you talking about? Like, it's so crazy the way their mind works. Like you said though, Rashid, it's only when it's someone they want to mud. You know what I mean? Why Zubimendi? Why don't they use the Prem Proven thing for him? They use Prem Proven for Norgard. What about Zubimendi? But he's world class.
Yeah, all these Prem Proven players we get from Chelsea. How's that working out? These Premier League proven players from Chelsea.
All they proved in the Premier League is that they're shit. That's it. That's the only thing they proved.
It's pick and choose, man. It's what they want. You know what I'm saying? It's what they want, and they can't stand that we're right. That's what it is. They can't stand it. Big up Stephen. Oh, Stephen. I've just noticed a guy put another clip on Twitter.
That's probably me again.
That's his livelihood, bro. There's a little minion.
See who he has in his corner. To see who keeps backing him up on his tweets.
About you. Did he?
Oh, he's put up a few about me, yeah. But you see who's backing him up.
Yeah. Who?
Is that Tom Kenton?
No, the guy that got fired from AFTV a while back.
Oh shit, Mo. Who? Mo?
No,
was it Mo?
Not Mo. The one that did a bit of prison time.
Oh, DT.
Oh, the Pratt and the Hat.
Oh, no way.
No, man. That guy.
I didn't stream because Igal put up the tweet about me saying it's the lowest I've ever felt as an Arsenal fan, right? Which is a personal opinion. And everybody said the same. It's the lowest they felt. He keeps changing it until I said it's the worst Arsenal I've ever been. I said it's the lowest I felt. I have no enthusiasm, no hope. But he put it up and worded it that way. But of course, your man came in and backed them up. And at the end, he says, behave. And I'm like, really, man? You're going to tell someone else to behave, are you?
Exactly. How ironic. Oh, my God.
On my stream, I put up what Igal's tweet, and I said it's the lowest I've felt. And then I had a picture of you, Rashid. I had a picture of Carl. Anybody that I'd asked, because I've asked this over the last while, is this the lowest you felt? And everybody said, yeah, it is. It's
of course,
the lowest I felt going into a season. So I said, this guy here agrees with me. This guy here agrees with me. And I went through about Aidan, Lee, Aaron, all these legends, right? These team. And then I went, and here's who agrees with Igal, and I just put up the DP tweet. That's who agrees with him.
Exactly. What does that give you? What does that give you? Oh my days, that guy's a dickhead. I can't lie. Apologies for the cussing. Apologies for the cussing, man. But yeah, Godfrey, big up BBK, Shane Rashid, and Legendary Community. Facts, bro. Legendary Community. Big up, man. Big up, Mr. Battle Red, Waffle Don. Big up to you, Hendon. What are you saying, Hendon? The Sembles, E. Ross, Ozzy. What are you saying, bro? James. Has Chelsea got enough attackers? Really, I already really hate Chelsea as much as a City fan. Yeah, Chelsea ain't stopping anytime soon, innit? They're not stopping anytime soon.
8-year deal they signed him to, Pedro. An 8-year deal.
Yeah, I know. What is it? BX, what are you saying? Drip. Drop names for freedom, did he? Did he drop names? No, but you know what? It's not fun no more because we wanted him to, no, you didn't want him, but we wanted the whole situation to continue, the whole sex trafficking thing. That was the drama, innit? That was the drama. But if it's about moving weight and stuff like that, come on, man. Every rich guy's doing that. Let's be honest. But whatever. E. Ross is saying big up, man, big up. As long as Arteta makes top 4, that's all they care about. Nah, they can't sell it. See, this season, William Holmes, this season they can't sell it. They can't, because we've got everything. Not just us. It's even Arteta is. They can't sell this to the public. You just can't. If he gets top 4 and wins absolutely nothing, they can't sell it. But I believe if he gets FA Cup or Carabao Cup, he'll stay. What's your thoughts, Shane? Would he stay if he gets a FA Cup or a Carabao Cup?
And didn't get top 4 and didn't get Champions League?
No. He would get Champions League, obviously, like second place or third place.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, definitely. But he won't. He won't, because the FA Cup and a Carabao Cup involve semi-finals. You know what I mean? It's simple as that. He can't get past semi-finals. He got past the semi-pause for the first time with Emery's team because he had match winners. We didn't play great in that semi-final, but he had Aubameyang who stepped up and took the game by the scruff of the neck and scored. Same in the final. He doesn't have those players anymore. He has yes men, and yes men always finish last, mate, or second in our case. He won't win a cup. He doesn't have it in him. Same in the Champions League. And I keep saying this. I keep planting my flag. We're struggling for 5th place next season, and I honestly believe that we are struggling for 5th place next season because we are going to start off horrendously, absolutely horrendously. And when I say we're going to struggle for 5th place, I mean if he's still in charge come Palace on the last day of the season. If he gets sacked early in the season, it's back on. It's back on if he gets sacked early in the season. But if he's here till the end, but the stuff is going to come out next season, man. Players are going to talk. It's all going to unravel. It's hanging by a thread at the moment. It's all hanging by a thread at the moment. It's never been like this for him. It's really shaking.
But do you think they can sell it to them? Like these AFTV, obviously AFTV are the biggest, and all the other YouTube channels. How would they sell it to the fans? You know what I'm saying? How would they sell it to the people, the public?
Sacking him, you mean? How would they sell that to him?
I mean, how would they sell that to him? Because he's saying that as long as he makes top 4, that's all they care about. I understand that that's what they care about, but you can't sell it to the fans, to the public. I'm sorry, the public. You can't sell it.
The public. It's very hard to turn them because of these channels. They're all going to back him no matter what. No other club has this problem. No other club has this problem. There's 1.8 million or whatever listen to what they say. There's 500,000 that listen to Pincus. There's hundreds of thousands that listen to Semiu. There's thousands that listen to Moneypenny. The smaller channels like us, it's only really Lee that's out there with our opinion that has a big channel, and they just ridicule him. You know what I mean? So it is changing slightly, but when I see surveys being done and only 3% of Arsenal fans were very disappointed with last season, you know we're in trouble. You know we're in real trouble. Because it's only 3%. And then there was 31%, I think, that were a little dissatisfied. But as I said, okay, that looks like there's loads. But I bet you if you asked all them, do you want Arteta sacked? They go, oh, no, I don't mean that. I just mean we had a bad season. You know, so
I'm disappointed. I'm just disappointed.
I'm just disappointed because of injuries and refs and stuff like that. So I think that the Arsenal people that check all these channels, they check the temperature of online support. And it seems like everything's fine. So for that to turn, I just don't see what can happen. I'm running out of things that can happen for that to turn. I don't understand it because Igal and all these guys that say if he doesn't win anything next season, I want him out. They'll change. We all know they'll change their mind come the end of the season. Every one of them will change their mind because for Igal, he becomes irrelevant. If he goes, he becomes irrelevant. He's not on panels anymore. For AFTV, what way do they run then? They'll be okay. They'll back the new manager. But it's just the in-between bit that they're not looking forward to. And there's more views in positivity and fake positivity because people are so weak-minded now that they need to be told every day, 7-8 times a day, that everything's fine, nothing's their fault. So they love these channels to say it's all great and they're skipping through fields and it's all this. So that's what they love. They get off on it. When we tell them that the truth, they go, I don't want to hear that, man. That's negative. But yeah, for it to turn, it has to be, we have to start disaster. He has to finish outside the top 5 and not win a cup. Which, luckily for me, I think that's what's going to happen. I'd rather us win the league, of course. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'd rather us win the league. But to get rid of him, I think next season, everything that needs to happen will happen. I think he will finish outside the top 4. And I definitely think he won't win a cup or a Champions League. So,
yeah, I
think that has to happen. It has to be an unmitigated disaster for him to get forward.
Yeah, I think
What's your thoughts, BBK, man?
I think Stan Kroenke, Arteta himself, Mrs. Arteta, all the people who are direct benefits of him being in the job are very worried about how the teams in Europe or the English teams perform in Europe next year. Because if we lose that 5th, if our coefficient dips and we lose that 5th spot and it's only 4 teams from England that are going into the Champions League next year, we're in trouble. Because I think if he stays on throughout the season, it'll be a struggle to get top 4. Even though we finished 2nd this year, people forget that it was a struggle. We scumbagged this 2nd place, bro. You know, we were one result away from falling out, you know, the top 4, top 5. But I think from a footballing standpoint, there is no way that he should stay. And I think from a pure footballing standpoint, a slow start and he should go. Because he is closer to the Premier League than he is any of the cups. That he's never gotten past the semifinal, and we've scored 1 goal in the past semifinals that we've, you know, competed in. So if it's going tits up early, you sack him, and then you give another manager a chance at one of the cups. Because Arteta has proven that he is not a cup manager. If there was any fluke in
tournament,
It was that.
He's not good at tournaments. Yeah.
And he's had so many cracks at it since then. And the proof is in the pudding. It's not like we've been getting knocked out the cups to the big boys. It was Nottingham Forest one year. It was Southampton another year. It was so in the cup, his record absolutely stinks. But part of that has been masked and covered up with the Champions League semifinal, especially with the massive performance against Real Madrid in the quarters, has made people forget that in the other cup competitions that he should have performed, he didn't. To include the Europa League that he had 3 cracks at, by the way. And Emery's team that he won the FA Cup with somehow made it to a final. I don't know how that shit team went to a final. Maybe, a good manager and a goal scorer. Who knew?
Facts. Who would? You know that Real Madrid game, yeah? That saved Arteta. I'm not saying he would have been sacked, but like that gave fans a bit of hope.
I hear it.
False hope, let's call it. You know what I'm saying? False hope. Because we beat Real Madrid. We beat the best team in Europe. So there is a team there. Yes, there may be a team there, but there's not a manager. You know what I'm saying? Go find a manager and we might win something with this team. Even as shit as the team is, don't get me wrong. I don't like half of the team. But I still think we should have won that Carabao Cup. You don't need much to win that Carabao Cup, trust me. And it's not good enough anyway. Shane, did you see Matt earlier? I actually did. I checked a little bit of what Matt was doing, man.
It's so good.
Big up Matty, man. Big up Matty. Real one. Big up Matty, man. Big up the chat as well, man. Smash the likes up. What's the likes up saying? What's the likes saying? Don't be a perv. Don't be a perv, yeah? Go smash the likes up. Big up Hendon. Congratulations to Matty. There's so good for exposing the hypocrite. Yeah. That video clip of him shitting on Arteta that has to be shown on every
I've been showing that, Hendo. I've been showing that. It's brilliant. It's brilliant, man. Everything he says about Arteta 3 years ago is worse now. It's worse now. It's all the things he said, and he's saying the same thing. But funny enough, just to show different perspectives on how people can see things. The video clip that Matty used, the Muddy Gal, that I've used as well, with me and him going back and forth. Gal used that today to mud me. So it's just different perspectives, man.
Yeah, but you know what the good news is? Is that now, hey, listen, if Shane and Matty's on your case, yeah, the Gal, we're on your case the whole season, yeah? The whole season, we're not stopping. And by Gal, we don't just mean Gal, by the way. We mean everybody, every one of you, every one of you. From
all
Robbie,
the people on this picture, man.
Exactly. From Robbie, the head of the snake.
There he is.
To the rest.
There he is.
To the rest.
There he is. Look, there's
to
the
that
walrus.
fat bastard on the right.
There's Pincus, of course, the Lord, the Savior in the middle. You got here we have Christian, aka Sutcliffe.
You know that guy next to Gal. I just really don't like that guy. I really don't like it.
No. My man. He didn't even say a little bit. That's my guy right there. No. That's why X is necessary in the game right there.
Now, why don't you like Drake?
I don't like anything about Drake. I don't like his voice. I don't like what he talks about. I don't.
See, I be trying to tell his face.
I don't like the way he walks, like nothing. I don't like his haircut. I might just let me shut up. I'll just stop right there.
Oh man, this is insane.
Did you see what he said? I don't like his face. I don't like his haircut.
Yeah, the haircut was personal. The haircut was personal. That was
yeah. The haircut was personal, but yeah, I don't. But big up, man. Let's get through a little bit of these comments because they're just coming in like
big up to the chat, man.
And I don't want to miss a lot of them because you guys have been checking us out from. I don't want any player at all from Chelsea. You couldn't sell me on Palmer, Caicedo, whoever. No, let me just stop you there. Boy 10, fuck, sometimes Boy 10, sometimes I just feel like, sometimes I get what you're saying and just sometimes you
I think he's just wounded though, Rashid. I think he just means that in an angry, wounded way. I think it's just like even
voice.
Yeah. Put an angry face.
At the end.
Yeah, or maybe exactly. It's Boy 10. We don't know, Rashid. He managed to up Kivior's price by 15 million in 10 minutes before in your
Martinelli 60 mil, 70 mil. He thinks that Martinelli's fucking Rodrigo. What is going on?
You gotta love him in the day, man. He's a legend.
Yeah, man. Legend.
So
but
cool,
yeah,
man.
I'll take Palmer and Caicedo, to be honest. I would. I would. Big up Views. Views
Big up,
in the
big up.
building. We saying Views.
Big up, bro.
Hope you're well. Hope you're well. BX Gunner, what you saying, man? Madueke isn't coming to play for Arsenal to play second fiddle to Saka for club and country. The deal is bogus and not real, in my opinion. I
He's
don't
got
know,
legs.
BX.
He's got legs, bro. He's got
You know,
legs.
yeah.
Like,
I think so.
I brushed off the Kai Havertz thing years ago, and a week later he was holding up the shirt. I wanted to brush this off a little bit, but it has legs. BX Gunner, like even Sky Sports is right. It has legs.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want it. I absolutely don't want no parts of it. This is just going to be another Sterling that's going to come take minutes from Ethan. You know, Ethan is our future, not this guy.
Yeah, for
Maybe Saka's
Ethan's
going
come.
left back next season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saka was born in left back, by the way.
He
People
was.
just
Saka
you know,
could be good anywhere, though. He'd be
is
good
it?
anywhere.
Yeah, he's a good player. Saka's a good
Same
player.
with Lewis Kelly. You could put him anywhere. He'd be good.
Yeah, facts. He was a good player. A good left back. I really liked Saka on the left. Him and
Bro.
Martinelli used to link up well.
Watch when we get
You
a new
know?
manager, bro. Watch Saka's productivity once we get a new manager.
Oh,
that's he's gonna go. See that we're asking. I think we did a show where we're asking, was it too much to ask Saka to score 20 goals a season? Just watch his level.
No, I don't think it's too much to ask, to be
When
honest.
he doesn't have to track
different
back,
manager. Yeah.
when he doesn't have to track back for 50%
Yeah.
of the game, you'll see a difference.
Like Salah at Liverpool last season.
Mhm.
They asked him on the pitch, "What's the big difference between Klopp and Slot?" Doesn't make me track back all the time. What do you know? His numbers go up, and he doesn't get any more hamstring injuries.
But can we be real? Can we be honest, Shane and BBK? We've seen Saka track back and score 20 goals.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
3 years ago, was it 3 years ago?
Yeah, but Saka does this damage for it. And this is the thing, Rashidi. We have our fullbacks calm. We have two of the best center backs in the world. Calm. You put Declan Rice in front of him, you don't need Saka to be running back all that much. Yeah, I get it if we're up against it under the cosh for parts of the game. But when he's spending more of the game in our own half, when he gets the ball, he can't do his damage that way. No one talks about what Lamine Yamal does off the ball.
Fact.
He does his damage going forward.
He's doing a lot off the ball these days.
No. And the thing is, well, that 22-23 season is the one that we wanted. We played football off the leash that season. We weren't tracking back all the time. It was only when we blew the 8-point lead. It was the following 2 seasons when he made them track back all the time. He wasn't flogging them that season, and we were unbelievable until we got found out with a low block.
We've got a question from Waffle Don. Big up to you. Waffle saying, who do we sell in this current team? Can we tell you who not to sell? It'll make it so much easier. It'll make it just so much easier. I go with Raya, keep Raya, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, Ben White, Skelly, of course, Ethan, Saka, Deckers, Declan Rice.
That's about it.
And that's it, bro. Everyone else is.
That's about it.
That's
about it.
But if you're to ask who is sellable, you only really have that. You know what I mean? That's when you start running out by this. Who's sellable, and especially players. If you get a massive profit off Saliba, right? You get a massive profit off Saliba. You get a profit off Gabriel. You wouldn't get a profit off Rice. You'd lose money on him. No one's paying 100 million for him. Nobody.
No one.
Martinelli, you get a profit.
He scored 2 free kicks.
For so cheap. Oh, he scored 2 free kicks. He's the best player in the world. I forgot. But if you get Martinelli, we get profit off him because Emery spotted him and got him for 6 million, whatever it was. Saliba, he spotted him, got him. And let's remember that the Partey Gabriel transfers were in motion. They had been identified in the Emery era as well. They weren't Arteta signs. People would pretend they are. They were in motion under the had been identified and all that sort of codswallop that they talk. But they had been identified and all that stuff and lined up. But to get profit, you know what I mean, of players that we can actually afford to lose, i.e. Martinelli if we replace him, that's about it. Saliba, you get a big profit, but he's irreplaceable for me with the current market. So it's all well and good to say who will we get a profit off. You get a profit off a lot of the players that are first teamers, but try and find one that we get a profit off that Arteta signed, and you will struggle to find one that you get a profit off. Timber maybe, but after the 2 injuries, I don't know. I don't know if you get a profit off him.
It's going to be tough.
And that's about it. Gabriel, like I said, was already in motion. Partey we let go for free. You're definitely not getting Havertz, Jesus, Tomiyasu, all of those guys. They're going to have to. Most of them are going to have to go for free. Most of them are going to have to go for free. Zinchenko, massive loss. Every player he signed, his big signings, massive loss. Calafiori already lost on him. Kivior lost on him. It's crazy. It's crazy work for one man to do that and to still be held up like that. It's crazy.
Yeah. Still be held up like a god. There you go. There's your answerable food on. Do you want to add anything to that, baby King?
The out of formness and the player contracts makes it damn near impossible, right? We just seen Kwanzaa go for 30 million because he's on 15K at Liverpool. Right? Sellable.
Yeah.
AC Milan are desperate for Zinchenko, but can't afford him because he's on 150. AC Milan, matter of fact, speaking of AC Milan, we should be going to raid their team for anything that's good there. Because Man City went and took their best midfielder because they don't have Champions League football. They finished 8th. I don't know what you man think of Rafael Leao, but he wants out. He wants to play Champions League football. We need to.
Is he better than Martinelli? Yes.
How about it? How about it? But yeah, the players, the contracts have crippled us, and it started with the 29's contract because he is the most unsellable player, and he was out of form when we bought him, and he's never hit form, but he got a pay raise. Make it make sense. Shit. Only at Arsenal. Only Arsenal would take a player that's out of form and make him the highest paid player at their club before he kicked the wall. These are sacrilegious offenses, bro. And these all point like I think it was BX Gunner that said it in the chat earlier. All these things that we're discussing point directly back to the manager. And none of these journalists hold him accountable. These men compromise their journalistic integrity on a daily basis for an exclusive, for the opportunity to write a book on Arteta. Yeah. Just say you fancy him, bro, at this point. Because as from a merit standpoint and from pure football, he has no business still being in.
Are you gay? No! Yes, you are! He calls his brethren babe!
It's a madness, man, bro. But the squad is poorly built, just like I always say. We put the shit together without reading the instructions. And it's lopsided that we have extra parts. Like we have extra parts. We have Fabio Vieira as the extra part. What the hell is he? And we really have. We just let our best midfielder go, and we have Declan Rice, who's really a 6 playing in the 8, and Odegaard, who's not really a 10 playing the 10. It's upside down. It's
that's a 35 million extra part.
Yeah.
It's not no joke. It's not a 10 million extra part, which is understandable. Sometimes it happens. 10 million. You buy a player, it doesn't work out. Fuck it. We go out there, we flip him for 16, 15, 12, maybe. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what happens in other clubs. They buy players for 10, 8, 6, something like that, and then it doesn't work out. You know what I'm saying? And then these guys will laugh at it. Oh, that player didn't work out. Oh, that player didn't work out. And then they'll go out and flip it and just buy another player. Did you see how much money Chelsea can spend this season? How much City is because of the sell.
Yeah,
they can sell.
We're about to give him.
Have we sold any player, by the way? It's the 1st of July. What is it? The 2nd? Sorry, my bad. Second.
It's only the 2nd. Remember, they said it was only June 2nd. Well, today is only July 2nd. And then it's going to be only August 2nd. And you know what they're going to say when August 2nd comes? Relax, guys. The season doesn't start until August 17th. Then the season starts. You know what they're going to say? Well, the window is shut. Shut up. The squad is the squad.
Yeah, that's what they can say. Yeah, we got to believe in what we've got. What are we going to do?
The board didn't back him. That's what
it is. Stop winning bingo. Big up to views. Stop winning bingo. I'm sure that's in there. The board didn't back him. That's one of them.
Tonali or Partey? Hey, Khawaj, I love these questions. Tonali or Partey? That's a very tough question.
Yeah, I answered
Tonali or Partey? Yeah, I know. Well, there you go. Shane, you want to answer this one?
Tonali for me, but it's a very close thing. It's a very close thing.
Very close, isn't it? Yeah.
Tonali's got
just
that
heads it, innit? Because he's got a bit more creativity in it. He's like he gives you. Does he give you Pirlo vibes? Does he give you Pirlo vibes?
Yes,
obviously not.
It's the look as well, and that the Milan links and stuff like that. But yeah, he does a bit of Pirlo about him, and he's got a goal in him, and he's just got that stardust. There's something about him that you just go, okay, yeah, he's a match winner. I got a lot of time for Tonali. I think he's great, and he's on 30 grand less than Kivior, so we should be. 30 grand less than Zinchenko, so we should be able to get him. Imagine having Tonali on 100, 120 grand a week, man. Craziness. Where do you stand on this, Taryn?
Yeah, so he asked this. The last time we streamed, he asked this question, and I said Tonali, he's younger. It's never a slide on Partey because I rate Partey highly. I'm on many streams saying that he was our best performing midfielder. Thomas Partey was the reason why Atletico was so comfortable selling Rodri to Manchester City when he was there. Partey, Gabby, Koke, and all these men in Atletico Madrid was cooking. But Tonali, man, he's shown flashes of brilliance. I think him in the midfield with a Eze and and the Gyökeres in front of him, he could be our. He gives me like late runs in the box, like Frank Lampard vibes. He's a good midfielder, man. He's a very good. He has a very, very high football IQ. You know what I say about players who are slow, aren't really blessed with pace, but never get caught on the ball, right? You remember like players like David Silva was never
because they have the tech. Because they're always one step ahead. It doesn't matter if you have pace or not. Because you're always one step ahead. Yeah, facts. Yeah. I get it. Pirlo used to be like this. Iniesta's not mad fast, but he's always one step ahead. You can't catch him. Sergio Busquets.
See?
Too fast.
Playing the game at their own pace.
Too fast here.
That's what it is.
You can't even catch him. Not too fast in physically. Too fast air. You can't even catch him. Can't even catch him. Big up, man.
That's a good
Newcastle paid like 30 or 35 mil for Hall.
Yeah, and put him on 7 grand a week.
Isn't it?
If we pay 30 grand for a player, we're putting them on 100.
Do you know what I'm saying? Madueke would go left wing. He's better than Martinelli and Trossard. Oh, that's an interesting one. What's your thoughts on this? What's your thoughts on this, Shane?
Output, man. He gives me Jeremy Doku vibes. He does all the flashy things, and then the cross is just woeful. The end product is woeful, but he has the tricks. Martinelli doesn't have the tricks, and he does run with his head up. But just the end product.
Madueke's good on the ball. As in, he's good. He can dribble and stuff like that. Yeah, that's not his problem, innit? His end product is bad. The last part. I mean, Liao's like that as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like Liao can have a mad game. I like Liao, obviously, because I don't watch him all the time. But when I do watch him, somehow I always catch him on a good day. And I watch him on Insta. Like, I can't lie. I'll be watching that shit for like, 5 minutes, just watching him dribble past players, him laughing. Like, it's kind of like that kind of vibe. Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously, when you're playing football, and he's playing for your team, it's a bit different. We want someone that can change something up there, you know what I'm saying? Someone that his end product needs to be elite, A player like Luis Diaz, Luis Diaz. I know a lot of people would say, Luis Diaz is inconsistent, blah, blah, blah. I think for the money that was spent and what he's on, I think he gave Liverpool their money back.
Without a doubt.
Do you know what I'm saying? They paid 40 for him. I remember 40 or 35, something like that. And he's on like 55k. Come on. What more do you want? Do you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, Luis Diaz kind of players are the best you can get nowadays. But what's your thoughts on this, Shane? Madueke would go left wing.
I'd say he'd be used there sometimes, but Arteta likes an opposite footed winger, doesn't he? He likes him to stop and come back inside and lay it back to the midfield all the time. He doesn't want that. Well, which is why I'm surprised he's going for Madueke, who's a dribbler. You know what I mean? He obviously thinks he can change him into something else. But I think if we signed Madueke and we kept Martinelli at the start of the season, it would be Saka out the right, Martinelli out the left, and Madueke be on the bench. It's why I think he might go for a loan, but he would sign him if the loan wasn't an option. He would happily waste money on a guy like that, because again, it's it's a project and you need to give him time and all the shit that he knows that people will say when we sign these guys, and it will cover him for another year or cover him for another 2 years. You need to give him time. But we just need to stay away from this guy. But it will happen. I'm nearly certain we'll end up with this guy. I could see him playing out the left sometimes. But, we know when Arteta has his 11 that it's very hard to break into it. It's very hard to break into it. No matter what you do, if you come off the bench and score, you're rarely getting to break into the team. So whatever team Arteta starts at the start of the season, you can be pretty sure that if any of those stay fit, that they'll be starting for most of the season, unless through drastic injury is the only way that they'll get out, which is a travesty. You need to be making 2 changes a game, but he doesn't. He doesn't, sadly. But MADUEKE, just steer clear of him. Simple as that. Steer clear of the chat.
Clear, man.
Big up Woody Wood.
But surely Arteta can't sit at the press conference and tell us about goosebumps, and then this is what he was talking about.
Goosebumps.
No, surely. Like, surely the goosebump plan has went tits up, and this is like panic mode. Surely.
Nah, he thought that we would have forgot about the Goosebumps interview. He thought that we would have forgot about it. It's just a new day. You know what I'm saying? He just said that at the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? He had to say something to keep us interested. But he thought they would have forgot about that. But he doesn't know that we're on his case. We're building a RICO case on this manager. He's going down. Yes. You know what I'm saying? We've got 10 federal officers on his case. All of us are on his case. He's going down this season. This season he's going down. And the good news is that it's not just 1, but 10. You know what I'm saying? There's 10 YouTube channels out there. More than 10 actually. That are on these people's cases, not just Arteta. Even the people that back this bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Because their biggest problem in this fan base. They're even bigger of a problem than Arteta. You know, sometimes I think, let me get rid of them first, then Arteta. Not Arteta. Let me get rid of them first, and then Arteta. But yeah, they are already getting rid of players they have outgrown. We still have Martinelli, Jesus. Facts, 100%. Frogging a well, 100%. Big up, BX that assembles. Big up, True Gooner. Big up. I can't get through all of these, but yeah, we're gonna move on to something I just saw yesterday, kind of like, you know what I'm saying, popped on my radar. It was well, even before that, but it was talks of Eze. And I'm hearing that we're preparing a bid for Eze, or we have already bid for Eze, or something like that, which is looking most likely to happen. I'll be real. I feel like Eze is coming to Arsenal. I feel like we can get Eze. Because, let's be honest, if it's a battle between us and Tottenham, come on. You know who's going to win that battle. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about transfers, he's not going to go to Tottenham. So I'm saying, well, it depends, but most likely we'll beat Tottenham in that kind of like race when it comes to Eze. Is he the answer? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want him as a left wing. I want him as a number 10. I want him instead of Odegaard. I want him to be the creative spark that everybody thinks that Odegaard is. He's a creative spark. He's a player that I want to play as a number 10. But he won't. We know this manager. He play on the left wing, and I think he'll fail on the left wing. In my opinion, he will fail. Because 60 million, what does 60 million get you? We just said Luis Diaz is a 40 million player or 35 million player, and you saw what Luis Diaz brings to this Liverpool team year in, year out. It wasn't just Arne Slot. Arne Slot did, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, polished the turd. He made him even better. But like Klopp, even under Klopp, he used to do bits. Like Luis Diaz is not a joke of a player. But I really think that Eze won't live up to his name as a left wing for this club. Because he's going to be tracking back like all the time unless something miraculous happens and this guy changes his style of play and goes back to the first style of play, which is most unlikely. But Shane, what's your thoughts on this Eze thing? And do you think he will work?
I think I do, but I'm like you. I can see it happening. And as I said earlier, I'm glad because to me, that's a Berta sign and that's not an Arteta sign. Arteta wouldn't want him because there might be pressure to drop Odegaard if people start saying he should play in the 10. But you're right. But if we get him, he's playing out the left. It won't work either. And Hughes made a great point that Eze, if he's out the left, will naturally keep coming in. He'll keep coming in. And when you have Lewis Skelly doing it as well, there'll be 1/3 of the pitch aside that's just empty, just completely empty. And we'll get we already concede most of our goals down that side. We already because of the inverting bollocks. We need to get rid of that. It's a curse of football, that inverting thing. But I think there is legs in the Eze deal. The only thing that I think could be a stumbling block is that it's a World Cup year, and he will know that he's going to get played out the wing. And if he wants to get into the England team in the number 10 role, and Tottenham say, we will start you every game there if you come to us, that might sway him the other way. If that's what he's thinking at his age, will he get another World Cup? He probably won't. You know what I mean? So that could come into his thinking that if I want to break into the England team, there'd be more downsides to going to Arsenal. Won't get his game all the time. Won't be guaranteed his game. Played out of position and a chance he could be injured. Go to Tottenham, have a team built around you, ball out, play in a World Cup. The sky's the limit. You know what I mean? He'll have Champions League football there as well. And then people say, oh, the Arsenal fan thing will sway him towards Arsenal. It depends on his personality. Because if I was him and Arsenal released me at 13, I'd be like, fuck you, I'm not going back. You released me at 13. You know what I mean? But that's just the type of person I am. I hold a grudge for a long, long time. Maybe he's not like that. Maybe he stayed an Arsenal fan. But people seem to think that we have a God-given right to sign these players. Oh, we're in for him now.
By the way, there's just not to cut you off, but like to what you said. He said yes to Arsenal. You've read it, right? You've read it. Obviously, it's not 100%. We don't know if it's true, but I believe it's true, Shane. I'll be honest. But no, I think you will. I'm just saying that there is other options for him out there. But again, I do think we'll get him. But people just need to realize that there is things that can change in this. There is things that can change with if another team comes in. Someone else might come in. Someone bigger might come in. You don't know. It happens all the time. Chelsea, look at Chelsea nipping in for João Pedro. My problem is that Arsenal fans think that once a player says they might come to us, or once there's rumours that we're going to make a bid, but then it all bets are off because he's definitely coming to us. I have a feeling that he will sign, and I do hope he does, because I really rate Eze. He was one of the ones I was saying I hope we get him, Cunha. I was saying I wouldn't mind getting those two lads. But if he does come and it gets played at the wing, the only hope is that when Arteta gets sacked, is that when the new manager comes in, he goes, right, now I have a world-class number 10 here. Well, not world-class, but a very, very good number 10 to play. So, yeah, I think there's definitely legs in this one. I could see it happening. And the benefits for me outweigh the negatives. The only negative is being played out of position and being flogged.
Yeah.
The benefits are we're getting a top player, and it's not an Arteta signing.
This should be a match made in heaven for Arteta if he gets his ego out the way.
Yeah.
Right? You play Eze in the 10, and you love a left-footed left 8, right? You had Xhaka, had your best season playing Xhaka there. You tried Moreno, as in where you tried Havertz, all left-footers. Play your son Odegaard there. He's the left-footed 8. You play him there, and you play Eze in the 10. It's
what
easy.
about Rice and Zubimendi then, though, you see? His new
but
toys.
That's the thing. I've seen Kevin De Bruyne sit at the bench for Man City. So who the hell is Royce and Zubimendi? That man can hold.
We don't roll that way, though, Taron. We don't roll. Arteta doesn't roll that way.
I hear it. But are we sure that Pep taught this man anything? Are we sure that he managed under Pep?
In it.
Did we see Pep stockpile defenders like they're defending against Iranian missiles? Like I said,
I saw it. That was brilliant, man. That was so.
Are we sure that Pep taught him anything other than put out cones? When have we seen Pep sign this many defenders? When have we seen Pep ever run his players into the ground like this? Did Pep? Pep has never played this boring football. So we may need to relook at what did he really learn from Pep? Because, bro, like I've said, I've seen Manchester City going into a title running at the business end of the season when they started Bernardo Silva, Rodri, and Gundogan, and Kevin De Bruyne was on the bench. So if Kevin De Bruyne can sit on the bench, so can Declan Rice or Zubimendi for a game or two. You play Eze in the 10. The number 10 shirt at Arsenal should mean something. It's vacant. Put him in it. And you play Odegaard left 8. It's still an attacking position. Maybe that way you can get some creativity out of Martinelli, get some production out of Martinelli on the left-hand side and Trossard, or whoever you play there. But you get Eze in because you fancy yourself as a manager who loves players who are versatile, who can play in this position, that position. And you don't tell him to go to Tottenham. I mean, Tottenham has Maddison there. He's going to go. I thought Maddison was a starting number 10 for Tottenham. If we let this happen on our watch, that's another sackable offense. You know, we let these men win a trophy on our watch, and then we're going to let them decide a player that we could use to help us win a trophy. Come on, man. Arsenal, what are we doing? Do they know that we have to answer for these crimes that they're committing out here against rivals?
Bro, I hear that. I understand that. No, 100%, man. Unfortunately, I don't think he learned anything under Pep as well. I just see different football. Like, what did he really know? You know what I'm saying? Learn under Pep. I mean, most of the managers that learn under Pep are better than him, but still, they didn't really make it in it. They didn't go on to do great things. But maybe they will in a couple of years, or 5 years.
Pep got rid of Joe Hart and signed Edison, right? Hasn't signed a new goalkeeper since. It's been Bravo. Bro, we've started. Our only announcement this year has been a goalkeeper. Another one. DJ Khaled said it. Another one.
I know.
So,
How 9 goalkeepers? Madness. Absolute madness.
This is not a Pep disciple. No, I can make a better argument that Enzo Maresca is showing more that he
Did
got.
you see?
From Pep
He said something. One sec. I have it somewhere here. He's got something. You know when he signed, I have that little thing where they were talking about it. Oh yeah. Andrea Berta. We are really excited to have Kepa join our Arsenal family. All right, cool. He is a player. You know what I'm saying? Family. He is a player with great experience. Someone has already won major trophies. Yeah. We cannot wait for him to join the group, blah, blah, blah. Help the club win. Win what? Win what, Berta? Win. And then full stop. Why isn't it win trophies?
Yeah.
Why? I can clock this. Why can't anybody else clock this? Win. That's what he says. Win.
Yeah.
Win. And I saw it yesterday and I was like, them motherfuckers, they never say win a trophy. They never say win a trophy.
That could mean a match.
Exactly.
One single match.
But you know why, Rashid? You know why? Because if they say it comes.
Yeah, but I know why.
Expectations.
You know why.
And
and Shane
Yeah.
But how can nobody else see it? Like it's so obvious.
It's why didn't these other channels cover the Timber interview? It's all done on purpose. Do you know AFTV took a piece out of that, so they read it. You know what they took from that whole interview? There's one little small part where Timber said, "I think we're going to make a lot of signings." That's what they ran with. That's what they ran with. It's sensationalism. It's like even with a gal doing the thing on me today, he showed me being disrespectful to him, but he didn't show earlier when he was calling me a liar and getting my name wrong. You know what I mean? So you show what you want to show. Sky Sports did a thing. They are up our arse, and I don't know why. Excuse the language, but they are up our behinds, and they did a thing on injuries, right? And they showed a table of the most days combined injured. We were 9th on it last season, by the way. We weren't top, the way people say, 9th on days combined. But they worded it right. Arsenal suffered the most from injuries last season, right? Because they said, ... in terms of importance of player loss, right? So they didn't say they suffered the most injuries, because then they cut out, they suffered the most from injuries. And most people will just read that and they'll just go, all they'll see is Arsenal suffered the most injuries. That's what they'll see, because they won't read into it. Because they don't want to. They don't want to know. That's why these people, when you see D on with Lee and stuff like that, he's in, just forget about that. That was last year. When you catch them out on something Arteta did wrong. No, I won't. Because it's a precedent of what's going to come. You mean that's like going back to and saying,
brush under the carpet.
Yeah, when they're stringing up Mussolini and all. When the Italians were stringing up Mussolini and just going, forget about the stuff he did. Forget about the stuff he did. He's all right, actually. He's all right. You know what I mean? Of course, you're going to look at the past and go, this isn't good enough. I can see what's coming. I can see what he does to young players. When a gal burst onto one of the streams I was on with Matty and stuff on Dan Potts, and he came in, you guys are talking shit, because we were hyping a hypothetical conversation about when Max Dowman gets old enough to like 17, should he be loaned out? And we were saying, if Arteta's still manager, I'd loan him out so he gets football and he doesn't get injured. And they come in screaming and shouting that, that's crazy talk. And no, it's not. We're just, because we've seen what he's done to youngsters before. So we're thinking ahead to the next one. You look at Lewis Skelly. He's had a great season at left back, but he got found out a lot near the end of the season, and he's going to get found out next season an awful lot. And it's not fair on him. The press will get on him. He's weak. He's giving away free kicks. He's giving away penalties. He got sent off. He's getting cut out. He's out of position. You know what I mean? And then you look at Smith Rowe. Smith
Rowe know what's going to happen to Skelly, Shane? I don't know if you remember. Obviously, you do. Maitland-Niles. Maitland-Niles had a similar thing where Maitland-Niles was a number 6/8. Yeah. I really think he's an 8, to be honest. I don't think he's a 6. Because to be a number 6, you need to be a baller. I'll be real. You need to know how to play football and turn around and everything. He was an athlete, but still, he was good for football. He was good. He was a good. Not the way we ended up using him as a right back, and because injuries and whatever, it didn't go his way. What do they name him now? As a failed right back. That's what's going to happen to Skelly. Everybody's not going to remember that he was originally a midfielder. They're gonna put him on that pedestal. You're a left back.
Yeah.
So now after 2-3 years, when he starts making mistakes, come on, bro, that's a shit left back. You really want Skelly on our team?
Yeah.
You know, at some point that's what's gonna happen. Those things
And
that happen against PSG will happen again and again.
Yeah.
Shay.
Yeah. Yeah, they will.
Obviously not consistently, but because he's a
I
great
think
player.
it will be. I think it will be quite consistency defensively. He's not built. We're talking about getting a Morgan Rogers. If you play him in the 8, he is a Morgan Rogers. He is that type of player.
Yeah,
give me the ball. Give me the ball. When he loses it, he'll say, "Give me the ball again. Give me the ball again." He won't hide. We have midfielders there, and I've said this before. If you put Lewis Skelly and Wanyeri coming through the Barcelona youth team, right? They're coming through La Masia last season in midfield. They start about 15 games each in midfield last season in the league, guaranteed, and they ball out. If we had Pedri, he would have barely played last season. People say that's crazy. Yamal the same. Yamal wouldn't have got in the team. Yamal would still be in the youth team if we had him, because Wanyeri, I count Saka in this. In my whole time as an Arsenal fan, and I don't like using ceiling because they all use it, but I will. He has the highest that I've seen out of any of the youth players that have come through. That guy has a chance to go on to be one of the top 5 players in the world under the right manager. And this manager is not the manager to do it to him. If I was talking to Maddie on the phone today, and we were saying, like, next season, he's going to get pissed off and want to leave. Madrid are meant to be circling around Max Dellman. So are Bayern. He'd make a good career decision to go to Bayern or go to Dortmund and come through their youth system, ball out the way Bellingham did, and move on. This manager will ruin every last one of them. And what Taron said is so true. If we had Wenger still here, say, or Emery, who he gets the best out of all his attacking players, Saka's numbers will be through the roof over the last few years. And he wouldn't have had his hamstring rip off the bone as well. Everything about this manager is a negative effect on this team. Every single thing. Youth, pisses players off, terrible talent ID, terrible tactics, awful football, can't get past semi-finals, can't get over the line, bottling things. All of these things go away with a proven manager. We would have won at least one league with this squad, guaranteed.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. We pay triple for dead wood and not gems for good price. Facts, man. True Guna, mad how we've announced Kepa before Zubamendi. Hey, True Guna, that's real. That's true. But
Absolutely.
Zubamendi is a tough deal to get through because they don't need the Zubamendi deal now. People are more calm because we're going with Eze and Gyökeres, and I'm saying they're happy for now. But anything goes wrong, Zubamendi, they'll put it out there because that'll make everybody else, you know what I'm saying, feel better, a little bit better. But Clement is saying, I don't understand at all why we are in for a washed 50 million euros Madueke. Madueke don't fit their system. Ethan had better stats than Madueke last season.
Yep.
And Ethan played 900 minutes of football last year in all comps. That's less than 10 games, people. A match is 90 minutes.
He bad.
All out of position as well. Let's get that right as well.
Yeah.
And the reason that we are in for players like this, by the way, is that's our standard now. Simply. That is our standard now. We have to accept it. It's been lowered, systematically lowered by all these top channels. Have lowered our standard to this point. And people can't see it. I'm sorry, but this is our standard now. Maduekes and Kepas and fucking Norgards. That's our standard. We don't have any pull.
You know how much further in his development Ethan would be last year, this year, if all those minutes that was forced upon Sterling, Ethan gets those minutes. He would be much further in his development than the way he is now. Still, that he's showing great promise. But that's what you do. You manage their careers, right? This is how that Liverpool is able to even try to demand any money right now from Darwin Núñez, because the manager didn't just ban him out of the squad. He still played him. Knew he wasn't the guy to lead the line. Started Diaz a lot of games at false nine, but he still used them to maintain some kind of value. Now we can't get rid of anyone because when the manager doesn't rate him, he just benches him out.
Brushes him to the side. We don't need him no more. You know what I'm saying? Like a spoiled kid that has a lot of toys. You know when you have a spoiled kid that has a lot of toys and he's like, buy me this, dad, and then you buy him it, and then he's like, plays three days, and then he's like, oh, you know what? Fuck this. I want something new now. That's what it is. He brushed how many players to the side? He has failed 28 fucking times out of 32. And that's me being generous.
Yep.
28 players, we can go through them. 28 players all gone to shit. We didn't get no money back for them. So we didn't make money back for them. And we probably lost money out of back for them. You know what? We could probably do a show for that.
And they all got paid
We could probably do a show
wage.
for that.
They all got paid extortionate wage as well, Rashid. Add in the wage. Add in the wage
Man,
of these
I always
fucking
forget
guys,
about the wages. I swear.
The one I always use is that, and I've used this many a time, and I'll continue to use it. Well, two of them. Zinchenko is on the same as Aston Villa's highest paid player.
Jeez.
And the one I said earlier of Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes being on the same as Havertz, that one hurts.
Jeez.
That one hurts.
Yeah, that one hurts. I can't lie. That one hurts.
Yeah, and then you look at it, it looked like Havertz is on. I think Havertz is on twice the money as Isak.
More. Isak's on 120.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Sorlot's on 40 grand a week at Atletico, man. We don't have to pull. We can't get these players unless we give them massive wage. They've no attacking player wants to play under Arteta. And now when Sesko comes in or Gyökeres, they're going to go, what's that donkey on? 280. Well, I want at least 350 if he's on that.
Yeah, at least. Facts. Facts, man. 100%. This guy, man, he put us in a pickle. But hopefully we'll get rid of him this season. Capo is saying Norgard will be on 100k.
No way.
That's kind of believable. I can't lie. Yeah, that's believable. How much do you think?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's believable, isn't it?
He'd still be one of our lowest paid players.
Yeah.
Oh my dude.
But we couldn't give Partey a raise.
No, we couldn't. We couldn't give Partey a raise. He was too greedy.
There's no evidence he asked for that, by the way, lads. There's no evidence he asked for a raise. None. This is what the top gooners are branded.
Some people are saying it was a contract thing. Some people are saying it was the years. So instead of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was the years. He wanted 2 years, I think, and they gave him 1.
What? Yeah, but give him 2 then. Give him 2. You know what I mean? He was our best midfielder last season. Give him 2.
Yeah. There's a hiccup there. The compromise is you give him 1 guarantee, then the team option, the club option to trigger the second if he plays well.
Exactly.
Easy thing.
And the thing is, Taryn, he was our best midfielder last season. So even if he asked for a pay rise, he's well within his rights to ask for a pay rise. And secondly, on that, Arteta told everyone in a press conference at the start of the season, if he stays fit for a whole season and proves his fitness, he gets a new contract. Partey held up his end of the bargain. And then while he's doing that, people are moving. Arsenal are moving in January to sign a player to replace him. What's he meant to think? They're bringing in Zubimendi. So when Bertha comes in and says, listen, I want you to stay, he's going to turn around and go, yeah, well, he doesn't want me. So pay me to stay. I'm going to spend most of this season playing right back. You know what I mean? So he was well within his rights. But what I don't get is the way they just mud him now. Oh, he's off the field. Oh, he's asking for more money. Oh, he's this, oh, he's that. The club messed up here, guys. The club messed up here. Just like Liverpool did with Trent Alexander-Arnold. They messed up. They should have signed him up beforehand. And we messed up. We let his contract run down. Oh, he was injured all the time. He was injured all the time. Yeah, but he wasn't last season. He wasn't injured last season. And by the way, I think he missed like 7 days or something like that in his whole Atletico career before he came and played under this manager.
I can't with these people.
Madness, man. Absolutely madness. Clement is saying the problem that Zubimendi won't have time to get bedded in. Considering their first 6 games of the season are... You already know our first 6 games. Well, he said it. Schedule, innit? It's all about the schedule. Listen, man, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for anyone, bro. But listen, we've got 1,200 comments, something like that. I know it's not 1,200, but like there's a lot of comments. So if I do miss your comment, I really do apologize, man. I really do apologize because I really want to get as many comments as I can in. But big up, I'm just gonna go through a little bit of big up to everyone. Boy 10, what you saying, man? Again, Godfrey. I remember what they haven't. He's gonna be back up, but look at him now. Yeah, facts. Spot on, Waffle Don. They have lost that burst of pace. Happened to Michael Owen. Yeah. That's what Shane has been saying. Big up Vigilante Frog in a well. But we got Kappa from Chelsea. Oh shit, is that too high? Did I go way too high? Sorry. But yeah, facts. Zubimendi with Rage on Fire playing at Anfield and Newcastle. Okay, I don't understand what you lot
He
are.
meant
Maybe still
baptism.
conversation.
He meant baptism of fire when he's playing
Oh,
at
what did
Anfield.
he mean? Baptism? Yeah. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Okay. This is conversation between you lot and Shane, I'm guessing. I actually don't know why we ain't buying players for the next. We all know we ain't winning the UCL or Prem next season. Yeah, but he doesn't know that. You know what I'm saying? And these fans don't know that. That's the thing as well. They really don't know. I know that there's gonna be a big reality check. I was gonna, you know what? I was gonna say reality check, but they already know. You know, reality checks only work if you don't know. Where like I'll be like, hey, listen, you're in for a reality check this season. Nah, but you already know. Do you know what I'm saying? You already know what's happening. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shane Guna, big up to you, legend. You're killing it. You know what I'm saying? You're killing it, man. And yeah, keep taking the piss out of it, gal. Obviously not. You know what I'm saying? Obviously not. Not that one. But keep taking the
No,
piss. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna use that one. They're gonna run. Listen, they're gonna run with that one. I told you, Shane, offline. They're gonna run with that one. Well, he's gonna run with that one. But big up to you, man. Thanks for being here. Always a pleasure.
Absolute pleasure. I got to go make dinner for the kids. The missus is away at the moment, so I always make dinner anyway. But I got to go make dinner. But big up to the chat. Big up to obviously Taryn. Big up to yourself. And
how's your mother-in-law?
She broke both her ankles. Yeah, she slipped and fell and broke both her ankles. She's living over in Spain. So my missus had to go over. I don't know how long she's going to be over there for. It's going to be a long time, I'd imagine. But look, shit happens. As I said to my missus, like at least it wasn't heart or lungs or something. It's an injury. You know what I mean? It can be, it can mend. It can mend. But look, life happens sometimes. I was meant to be leaving today actually to go to a wedding in Germany, but we had to call that off. But stuff happens, man. Stuff happens. But big up to the chat. Big up to everybody. And sure, I'll see you around. Absolute legends. Absolute legends.
100%. I'll see you around, man.
Big up, Shane.
Big up, Shane, man. Thanks for dropping by. Let's move on. Dr. Seymour. Dr. Seymour, what are you saying, bro? What are you saying, broski? What are you saying? You not. Pick up you not, man. My gang. The team slot inherited from Klopp was a small squad with injury-prone players and also had won a league in 5 years, finishing 5th, third behind the Arsenal.
5th,
yeah,
3rd,
but that's
1st. See? Bang, bang, bang. That's improvement.
Progression.
Yeah, that's
progression.
Second. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Progression. Something you lot don't know about. Not you lot. You're my gang. Every one of you are my gang, but not you lot. You know who we're talking about, bro. You know who we're talking about. Mr. Waffle said this is good news. We've signed Chloe Kelly on a permanent move from City. Is she the female that plays up front? She's a techie forward, I think.
Oh, okay.
Better than most of the males.
Big up to the ladies.
Big up to her, man. Big up to her.
Right now.
Big up to her. You know, Prem is the Farmers League. Pace and power, not a lot of tech. Facts. 100% facts, and I agree with you, bro. I fucking hate it, you know, man. I hate that kind of football, but it is what it is. We're playing here, innit? We're playing here. Father and son, big up to you. Wildlife Explorers, man. Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I've been 1K. Love, man. Love. The Southern Goon saying say no to hope. Facts, man. Oh, Matty, bro. Matty, big up Matty, man. Big up Matty. My guy. Why would Madrid be interested in Real? Is that to displace Lunin? Courtois, but hey, Lunin's better than Real.
Yeah.
Don't tell no
Lunin is the reason why we have Kepa, because Kepa couldn't beat him out when he was on loan at Real Madrid.
Trust me, bro. Trust me. He was doing the sweeper role, and now, you know what I'm saying, you've seen it's not good. It works, but then it gets worse and worse. See, this season, it worked at the beginning of the season, and then it just fell off. So many goals were scored because of Raya's mistakes.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. He kept us in the game. And by the way, he kept us in the PSG game. People forget that one. I won't. I'm honest. When he does well, he does well. He did very well in that PSG game. The first one, the home. The first one he did very well, and people are like, I can't believe what's his name? What Donnarumma did, bro. Donnarumma is a fucking best goalkeeper in the world. Why? How can you not believe that? That's his job. It's his job. It's his job. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Obviously, man. Oh, I can't believe he stretched his arm. It wasn't that. He didn't stretch that arm, but he was quick to the floor. But still, he did well. I can't lie, he did well. But nobody talks about that, bro. Nobody talks about that enough. But fifth is probably gonna be a CL spot. Yeah, for the future for England. Yeah. That's gonna be even more fucked up or more shit play. More shit teams are gonna get Champions League. Curtis tells it how it is, and he gets massive views. Facts, bro. Yeah. But Curtis, you need to understand something about Curtis. Yeah, Curtis is like he's been on AFTV for time. You know what I'm saying? We're like. You know what I'm saying? We're just some new YouTubers, you know what I'm saying? Where nobody's gonna really, you know what
But
I'm saying?
the thing with Curtis Shaw views, like just like Lee Gunner, those 90,000, not all of those are Arsenal fans. A lot of them, man, are rivals who go there to watch us get cooked.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, best believe it. Like the Arsenal fans who are on the other side of the fence are not subbing to Curtis Shaw and Lee Gunner. I promise you, their skin is not thick enough to deal.
But the good news is that you have to listen to them. So you can't avoid us. They can't avoid us. Do you know what I'm saying, BBK? You're gonna have to listen to Lee Gunner and us. You know what I'm saying? Why I say us is because the team's so big I can't name everybody. But like you're gonna have to, because if you listen to him, you're gonna have to. At the end of it, if we win, you're gonna go over to him to rub it in his face. Pause.
Right.
If we lose, you're gonna go over there to understand why we lost, and we're gonna tell you why. You know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna listen to our point of view because you're mad at it. You're like, fuck these AFTV and them, man, bro. They've been feeding me bullshit the whole season. Nothing's really happened. This is if you really love Arsenal, but I can't lie. I doubt some of them are not even Arsenal fans. Some of them don't even watch games. I'm 100%.
And if you don't believe me, like tune in to Curtis Shaw right after we lose a game, or while we're losing, while he's doing a watch along, and watch the numbers go from 1.5K to 7,000K. Man,
madness.
Watch the meltdown, bro. Man, remember, man was ripping his jersey on stream. That was him, bro. That was rivals love. They love that stuff. They love
was he ripping his jersey on the stream? Fuck, you know.
When we got top four when we lost the Newcastle game when Callum Wilson scored, bro, man,
he was ripping. That's madness, bro.
10,000 subs, bro.
But yeah, man, big up. Hey, man, them we got a cut. I've got to run. BBK. Thanks for joining us. You know what I'm saying? It's always been a pleasure. Always a pleasure when you come through, man. You want to tell the people where they can find you?
Yeah, it's BBK Sports, man. BBK Sports 123 on Instagram, BBK Sports on YouTube. I do daily content, holding the club accountable and trying to keep whatever little standards we have left afloat. The same work you were doing, my bro. So big up to you. And big up to Promo Ice, man. I see you got a new member in here. Big up to Promo Ice. You know,
hey, big up, man.
Yeah, so big up to him.
Big up Promo Ice, bro. Big up. Big up to everyone, man. I'm just gonna go through some of them, you know what I'm saying? LFC, big up to you, big up Toronto, Guna, big up to you, my G, Vigilante, Waffle, Joseph, I'm saying Eros, you know what I'm saying? Lawrence, big up to you, Joseph, I know mate, but he's the guy well, Lawrence, fuck you know, mate. Mr. Battle Red, you know what I'm saying? Big up to you, boy 10. Big up AJ. Big up the assembled. Big up. Yeah, Tuan, Guna SE. Yo, man, them. We're gonna obviously we're gonna move to somebody else. I'm gonna redirect you to somebody else. Who gonna we redirect to? Who? Let's see.
Let me see who's
oh, Lee's live. Lee's live. All right, he's with Northside. That's good.
Okay,
that's good.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, leaves live with the man them. You know what I'm saying? I want you man to go. You know what I'm saying? Raid Lee. You know what I'm saying? Big up to every one of you. I tried to get as many comments as I can, but big up to every one of you. I want Rashid raid. You know what I'm saying? Make me look good out there, man.
Yeah, man.
Make me look good out there, man. Then.
Big up, people.
Make me look good out there. And salute to every one of you. Peace, my people. And we're out.
Out.